Are you paying women at your company less than men who are performing the same work? If so, you may have to fork over millions, like Goldman Sachs recently did, to settle a class action that alleged widespread bias against women in pay and promotions. $215 million to be exact. I'm Alex Rubin, owner of Rubin Employment Law. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips on how to close the gender wage gap at your company before you have to defend a lawsuit and then pay even more to settle it. Please keep in mind, this is general information, not legal advice, and the law may change at any time. Tip number 1, start conducting pay equity studies now before you are required to do so by a judge or as part of a settlement agreement. Tip number 2, close any gender wage gaps you find. Pay less now to avoid paying much more later to both your attorneys who will defend you and the aggrieved women as part of a settlement or a judgment. Tip number 3, do not use a new hire's salary history as the basis for setting their pay. This can perpetuate an already existing gender wage gap. Offers should be based strictly on the candidate's competencies for the role, not on their salary history. In fact, New York, New Jersey, and some other states already have laws on the books that prohibit using a new employee's salary history as a basis for setting their pay. And the White House recently proposed regulations that would prohibit managers at federal agencies from doing the same. So, how does an employee know that she's getting paid less than her male counterpart, you ask? That's easy if you're a public employer, as employees' pay is usually published. But even if you're a private employer, New York and several other states require that you publish pay ranges in your job ads. In addition, all that a non-supervisory employee has to do in any state is ask, and their employer is required to give them this information. In New Jersey, if any employee asks for pay information in connection with a potential wage disparity claim, you have to give it to them. So don't be like Goldman Sachs. Close your gender wage gaps before you have to pay millions. Otherwise, you may be forced to close your doors. If you need help conducting a pay equity study and closing the gender wage gap in your company, give us a call today.